love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just it of me. I remember I didn't take my last video, so sorry, but and thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the views. Thank you so much for the comments. I appreciate everything. May God bless you. Today we're talking about Christians. Now, what is a Christian? The word Christian actually means Christ. That's what the word means. So the definition of being a Christian is acting like Christ. Now, why are there so many different kinds of Christians? It's something probably everyone has asked at some point. And to be honest, I don't know.
Really, nigga?
I really don't know. I mean, there's Catholics, baptism, Orthodox, Jehovah's Witnesses, Anglicans. There's so many different kinds of Christians. And it makes no sense because we all have one goal, and that's to be Christ. That's the name we carry. We're supposed to represent Christ on earth. Because the basic belief of every Christian is, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not die but have everlasting life. Also, the basics of every Christian. That's what we believe in. So, if those are the fundamentals, why are there so many of us? Something the devil actually does is he divides and conquers. And I really believe he's dividing. And I don't know if he's conquering, but he's definitely successful in dividing. Because even in the community of Christians, we're not literally all united. You would think we're all united because we have the same belief, but no, we're really not. We're really not. Because each different type of Christian believes another type is doing something wrong. And it's like, oh, you're doing this, you shouldn't be doing this, oh, you're doing this, you're doing this. Yet, it's so strange because we all read the Bible, and the Bible is definitely what we all go for. It's all we read, it's the word we live by, it's everything to Christians. It's God's word to us and kind of thing on earth. That's what we believe, because apart from God speaking to you, you have his word, which is another way he can speak to you. What kind of Christian am I? I'm not any kind. I'm not an Anglican. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not this. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not this. I'm a Christian. Because personally, I believe God doesn't really go for religion. He's not a religion kind of God, in my opinion. Because religion means, to me, I don't know if it's the appropriate definition, but to me, religion is a bunch of people who have the same faith, applies to us, but they're under a set of rules. They have rules and laws, and this is the way you're supposed to do this, and this is the way you're supposed to do this, and this is the way you're supposed to do it. And that's so not what being a Christian is about. We as Christian, according to the Bible, I read my Bible sometimes, all the time. Don't judge me. We believe that we are under grace. Jesus has come to die for us. The thing is, okay, we didn't start. I cannot talk. We're not called Christians until the book of Acts. That's in the New Testament. That's after Christ came. So what happened to all the people before Christ came? They lived under the law. They had rules of what they were supposed to do. They obeyed the laws that was given to Moses. That's in Exodus. So back then, still now, the wages of sin is death. But back then, when you would sin, you'd bring an animal to the priest and go like you've sinned, and then you'd sacrifice the animal and everything. So the wage of sin is death. But in this era where Christ has come to die for us. So we don't have to sacrifice animals because Christ already died for us. He shed his blood on the cross for us so that we might be saved. So we live under the grace of the fact that Christ died for us. We don't live under law, which now brings up why are Christians so judgmental. Now, an actual Christian, in my belief, is not judgmental, because the Bible clearly says, I'm gonna look it up for you guys right now.
2 hours later,
in Romans 2, clearly says you may you may think you can condemn such people, but you are just as bad, and you have no excuse. When you say they are wicked and should be punished, you are condemning yourself, for you who judge them do the same thing. In my opinion, being Christ-like means we're supposed to show what Christ did, and what Christ did was show love, the fruit of the Spirit. What Christ did was show love, and he didn't judge people. He ate with tax collectors, which back then were bad people. Because they stole money, I'm guessing, I don't know, but they were bad people. He healed the sick, the Lord. He hung out with the lowest of the lows. That was what Christ did. And to us, we're supposed to be like him, yet we come us all self-righteous, like, oh, you did that, you're a sinner. We condemn people like, oh, you're homosexual, did you not stand up and got destroyed for it? Bible says, do not judge, you're literally condemning me when you sin yourself. Like, I'm not. No, you don't do that. And people who, exactly, it's like everyone has their own sin. Like, we're not supposed to sin, but let's be realistic. Everyone has their own hiccups once in a while. Like, being a Christian is not that you're perfect, because everyone tries to emulate that they're perfect. It's not about perfection. It's not about, oh, I'm always follow the book of the Bible, I don't lie, I don't steal. And it's not perfection, because no one is perfect, and that's the truth. Jesus came to show us. He was perfect. He was a God. He's God. Obviously, he's perfect. We were made in the image of God. So, we have, bits of pieces. Like, we have a human flesh that has its own desires and everything. The lust of the flesh is a thing. So, he came to show us what we should aspire to be. What we should walk towards. He didn't come to judge us or put us down, because he could have come and said, you guys are filthy, I'm not dying for you, I'm going back to heaven. But he didn't. But yet, so Christians nowadays are like, oh, I won't hang out with people who are like this because of, I'm a Christian. I'm like, not doing it because, oh, I feel if I hang out with them, I will fall in my faith. But doing it because I'm better than them. You're not better than them. Don't ever think, like, literally, basically, all Christians, like, humble yourself. Jesus was so humble. He washed the feet of his disciples. Yeah, most of Christians now carry themselves like they're like the boss or whatever. Like, no, you need to, like, respect yourself and come down to your level. Like, nah, don't do that. When you judge other people, it's like literally going against the word of God. So if a Christian is judging you, you can't be a Christian that's judgmental. Let's just be honest. Because if you, for example, you want to be like, you want to be Christ-like. Christ was never judgmental, so you're not being a Christian when you're being judgmental. Christ didn't say, oh, you're going to hell, you're doing this, blah, 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 you're condemned, go to hell. He didn't do that. So when you're doing that, you're not a Christian, because you're not being Christ-like. He did not put other people, instead he brought people up like, okay, like, I forgive you. He preached forgiveness, he preached love, he preached patience, he preached humility. That's not a word. He was humble. He showed all these characteristics that we're supposed to emulate as his children. We're not supposed to condemn other people. So when someone comes up to you and comes up to you judging you, be you're a Christian or not, if someone comes up to you, tell that person to go and read their Bible. Because if they're judging you for what you're doing and putting you down, being condescending to what you're doing, then tell the person that the person's probably not reading the Bible, because you can't really pick and choose what you want to do. Because if you're a Christian, it's like, for example, I just told you all the characteristics of Jesus, right? So imagine if you want to be like Jesus took me for some reason, you want to be like me. You can't say you want to be you can't say you want to be a gentle and quiet tough me. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Because if you're going to be tough for me, you're going to be tough for me. You can't say you're going to be another version of tough for me, because there's no other version of tough for me than this. Tough for me. I'm talking about like me specifically, not that other not named tough for me. Obviously, there are other people. So it's like that being a Christian. So that's what really being a Christian is about. Because a lot of people have misconceptions about Christians are these people that judge people that think they're better than everything. We're not. The true Christian. That's why I don't identify myself as any kind of Christian. I'm not Catholic, Anglican, Baptist. I'm none of those. I'm just Christian. I try to be Christ-like. I try to be Christ-like because that's the example I've been put. That's the example that's been put in front of me that God wants me to attain. That's what I walk towards. So I don't judge people. So I don't judge people. I don't put them down. I try my best to stay as close to Jesus as I can. I'm a work in progress, but I am still trying. And that's what we're supposed to do as Christians. We're supposed to keep trying. We're not supposed to put people off. It's putting someone off. Going to someone and judging them is like going to a gym and making fun of an overweight person that's there. Like, you don't do that. That's why so many people are so off put by Christians. Is because the way we go to them. It's supposed to change our appeal to them. Jesus never went up to someone and said, "Oh, you know, you're going to die. You know, you're this, you're this." Even when the Pharisees and Sadducees like pushed him to the limit, he still said, "God forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing," when they were killing him. He still, like, when he spoke against them, it's when they were like trying, purposely doing stuff to like literally pick at his skin. And he didn't say, "Oh, you're going to hell." He said, "What your acts are doing will lead you to this." And he still died for them. Like, most of you will not die for anybody, yet you feel like you can open your mouth, like do a lot of this about their beliefs. You have no right to talk about other people in a condescending way. You have no right to judge other people. And that's just it. It's in your Bible. You can't pick and select what you want to obey and what you want to, not obey. That's not how it works. If you're going to be 100%, be 100%. If you don't be acting some fake ass 50% Christian and giving us Christians a bad name. That's the thing. Anyway, I don't mean to be condescending or harsh or anything, but I'm just trying to clear up the image because everyone thinks Christians are these bad people. We're not. We're really not. We're down to earth people who believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So, thank you for watching this video about what Christians are. I don't know what this was. I'm very, very sorry. Hope you give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe. I'm going to put it somewhere here. There. I'm going to put it here. I hope I can do it. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye, guys.